Oh. So I've just chopped out a whole bunch of this tall grass. My arms are now sore and tired. Chopped through a whole bunch of poison ivy up here, right side of the driveway. I don't know if this is from cedars or poison ivy or what, bug bites or something. And I've been stacking out more of this. They got cut away from here. Now that the cutaway stuff is kind of dyed and brown too, you can really see, I still got work to do, but you can see how far out it was, how much of my yard I was losing. Now you can see straight down. Wild. And a lot of this stuff that I just stacked out here is things that were laying around here. Tubular. And there was a whole bunch of stuff that was cut out here that's now been hauled in, and you can see just how much I've gained here just from that. Still got a whole bunch more to go, but it's better than nothing. And while we got some light, I'll take a little walk down. Oof. Shit. Cigarette cherry just got biffed by the tree, and this is all cedar, which means it'll go up if it catches. If it doesn't. See, I got all this stuff cleared out, and clearly you can see I've still got more, a lot more. It's kind of decide which area I want it, which hack on which given day. And here on Thursday, I cut this out. Had to be careful because there's some grapevines over there too. I'm kind of thinking about getting one of those sickle bar mowers. I think that'll make this a lot easier. It just depends on how much they cost. And we got some grapes. There we got some grapes, and you can see by the shape that is that Marichal Foch that I've been talking about. Turn it on here a little bit. I used the trimmer through here yesterday. That one, there was a whole, this was all poison ivy, and I haven't had any rash or anything from it, but you can see how far I got. Then back up that way, there's some more of these honeysuckles that I cleared out. But you can see here now, this was all completely just foliage and no real way to get through. And this hole all the way sticking out over the lawn. So you can see how much clearer it is here now. But you can see, and then right there is what everything used to look like. It used to all just be like that. And I found out the other day that this thing here is actually just a dead branch off of this huge Dutch elm that fell off, and it just looks like it's being a tree, but it's actually totally dead. This one has not been cut out yet. It's a little too thick for the brush cutter. And eventually here I'll get the chainsaw out. But anyways, this is the main path right here that I'm on. So all of this here, this was all just side brush foliage like that. And same wise here, all of that. And you can see it's not as visible because there's still some stuff in the way. And I haven't done a perfect job yet, but you can see there's, like, this is the path. We got branch fall too. But this is where it's actually clear now. Because coming down here then, you can kind of see where the path is, but you can see all of this other kind of new game trail forming. And this is that junction. I haven't really done anything up there, so it's still totally overgrown all through here. Time's coming. I'll make it through across the summer, bit by bit. Flora Rose. But yeah, so I cut back quite a bit there. And you can see that goes all the way up. I cut out everything that was honeysuckle that I could find. I've had other branch fall since, apparently. But yeah, so I went and cleared out a whole bunch of that around the sides. I cleared all of this out here. This all used to be. I'd be walking through a bunch of brush. Here's another big one that just ain't cut yet. It's a little thick. And cedar tree that fell. I don't think I did that. But yeah, this is clearing up nicely here. You can really see the knob again. Cut down there a bit, still got more to do again, but this was just kind of an exploratory thing to go down here and see what all would come down easily and how it looks. So this stuff here is still alive, but yep. I've done none on that direction. Just working my way up. Well, first I was working my way down from the top, and then I started working my way up from the side here. So we're going to step off the main path, follow up into here. Where, as you can see, the forest floor is now just booming with creepers and all kinds of stuff. See there, I've been cutting them. Yeah, all of this was completely clogged back here. Now there's all sorts of room, places where I'm locating grapevines and all kind of stuff. I wonder if there's going to be able to be some grapes down in here. Oh, shit, pick up. But anyways, as you can see all the way up to the edge there, and you can barely see over here because of all this other stuff that's cut and stacked, waiting to be hauled up. But and all the way up to here. So darken it up here a bit, and maybe you can see the house a little bit through the trees. And then kind of see the curve of the land coming down. This was all completely full. And then to here where I stopped and cut my way up that way, that's the backside of the berry bushes. And then just right here is my wood cutting zone from last year, and very large territories of mayaples with mayaples on them. Bonus. Look at them. Look at all of them. So I'm being real super careful here. This one's got a shitload. There's at least 20. Not that all of them will make it to the harvest, because almost none of them probably will. They will be eaten first, but there's an enormous number of them on here. This whole, there's one. There's a couple. You can see they're everywhere in there. And there's a whole bunch more stuff to cut here. And there's even more big old patch down there. So yeah, we got May apples all up in it, and over here, oh shit, spider webs across. Not so I don't trip. Oh yeah. So then here we got some grapevines, got some berries. Look at them all. Look at them all coming in. Got a cedar tree. Still got some ruderalis. I need to clear the grass around those so they can flourish. Big old fatties. So that's what's up here. And for the last bit, go walk over by the other spot that I cut. Actually, I haven't looked for ruderalis on the ground over there yet. Work was slow, so I traded to be the first to go home, so I have some daylight time. North American grape, not the same as Marichal Foch, although they do seem to breed together. This is all poison ivy. And yeah, so I cut some brush down to here too. See right there, and a little ways down, and it'll connect through there eventually. But I've been doing it very ADD, just kind of wander. So let's see, I got more to cut here, but in the meantime I cut out a bunch of this. Some of these are ash trees, and some of these are the box maple, and some of them are the honeysuckle, and because they all look alike, I'm just cutting them all down. This heavy shit. And we got grapes up there, grapes in all the trees, along the walls, hanging down to the ground. Extremely robust population of burdock. And then here, look at that. Is that all corkscrew? That is all corkscrew. But you guys don't understand, that is a naturally, magically infused wood. I seem to have an enormous amount of it. Too bad none of the tree seems to be alive, but just look at it. It's your favorite black metal band. These guys down. I'll bet I could probably get that tiller working at some point. But yeah, so I cut through here, chopped out a bunch of this through here, clearing out everything that basically isn't walnut, oak, cedar. Gotta find out what some of these other trees are that grow here. But you can see this foliage is really coming up. I gotta trim some low branches on these cedars to make a path. I gotta be mindful of critters. All right, so this area is not getting near as much light this year as it did last year, and I'm not sure if any of that Cannabis ruderalis is going to grow here, because you used to get a couple out here, and some up under here. A lot of poison ivy. Oh, there's some. Sweet. Okay. Seems to kind of like growing the acidic soil, which is weird. Oh. Oak tree's getting tall. I think I thought this was Japanese olive, but it might be mesquite. I'm not sure. I kind of think that's what those might be. And then we got white oaks. Oh. Ruderalis. And even more. And there's some. This little oak. Well, I just about stepped on. I mean, it's about average for the wild hemp growing around here. Kind of surprisingly, we had some bushes that were Japanese wineberry over here, and those just went away, which sucks. They kind of moved over by the other raspberries, but it was nice, you know, having some over here too. Something for the deer to eat. Lots of ferns. I'll be looking forward to lots of ferns in the woods once I get all this brush cut out too. Considerable deer traffic through here. Thankfully, though, this part doesn't have near as much of the honeysuckle. I mean, there is still some, but it's not as bad. Cedars are really spreading down the hill, and the cedars encourage the oaks, and then the oaks overshadow the cedars. So the oaks are no more, and then the cedars take back over until there's more oaks. Oh, we're a straight game trail in it. There it is. This ratchet strap was still there. It is. I may end up using that at some point. So we're on the logging trail too. Big fallen stuff. Lots of cedars, lots of oaks. Just basically trying to turn the top of the hill into more of what this hillside is. Oh, my apples over here too. Lovely. I'm gonna walk up this way, which also looks like a deer trail. Oh, here's a big old. I also need to learn to identify the difference between the invasive ones and the by bark and leaf shape. The invasive and the indigenous honeysuckles, because I don't want to actually kill all the indigenous honeysuckles in the quest for getting rid of the invasive ones. I don't know if this is an elm or what. Something in my head keeps saying dogwood, but I'm not sure if that's right. These little skinny forests. couple different varieties, and you can see the deer trails straight down. And so far, not seeing the pokeberries come up yet. Maybe they're just running behind, or maybe they're somewhere else. Yeah, eventually I'm going to clear this whole hillside down too. This will all be parked out basically like this. Then as the grass grows tall in the next years, you get a lot more stuff like that, and wildflowers, and you can see how dense it is there compared to what it is there. So anyways, that's the new view. I'm gonna burn some brush tonight.